Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have already arrived at page 34 and 35 in our Go Ahead books. This is the Test Your English part. First, we want to read that text together. The internet became popular in the 1990s, but the story began 30 years before that, back in the days of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. The internet grew out of the work of US universities on government military projects. Scientists in different parts of the country were working on these projects on their huge computers. They could talk to each other on the telephone and post information to each other. But this wasn't very efficient. Someone realized that it might be possible to connect the computers over the phone line so that information could be sent quickly from one computer to another. In 1969, the first ever computer network was set up between two universities in California, Stanford University and the University of California in Los Angeles. Soon, scientists in other places wanted to join the network, and they were able to share information much more easily than before. They also started using the network to send messages to each other, something that was soon known as email. There were more developers. The network grew and other networks were formed. Then they were joined together in a network of networks, the internet. The personal computer arrived. The World Wide Web was invented in 1991. So now information could be put on websites and read by computer users. New software was produced to make the internet easier to use. Now everyone could use the internet. You could send emails to friends and colleagues, visit chat rooms, play games, or look around a huge electronic library of words, pictures, and sounds. You could also buy things on the internet, and internet sales became big business. We can use the internet in all kinds of ways. It's true that hackers or criminals can sometimes find a way into other people's computers and destroy the files or steal money. But the internet can also be used to communicate and to do business, for information and education, and for entertainment as well. What are we going to do next? It's easy. We want to take care of number 1 on page 34. There you have statements, and you should decide if it is true or false. You'll get 6 seconds for each statement. First statement. The internet was developed in the Soviet Union. Second statement. The scientists who first used computer networks were working on business projects. Third statement. The main advantage of a computer network was that information could be sent more quickly. Fourth statement. The World Wide Web came before email. Fifth statement. A lot of things are bought and sold on the internet. Alright, and here we are. We have finally arrived at the last statement. Criminals can always get into your computer. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so far so good. Now I have to tell you something about this week's homework. You may not be surprised to hear that you have to do the tasks given on page 35 in our books. If you have a closer look at it, you might realize that number 5 is a listening task. As you do not have the files, I want to present these files now.
Chloe and Tessa are talking on their way to school. Tessa tells Chloe about a website she's been looking at. Part 1.
Hi, Tessa.
Hi, Chloe.
Where were you last night?
At home? Why?
I rang you on your mobile, but you'd switched it off, and the phone at your house was busy.
Sorry, that was me, probably. I was looking at a website about Robbie Williams. Did you know there's going to be a film about him at the cinema soon? It'll be on in March.
Oh, great. No, I didn't know.
It's about life on the road during his European tour last year.
We'll go and see it then.
And you know he did that concert in Birmingham last month? Well, it's going to be on video. It's called Robbie Williams Live.
Oh, yes. I knew that. I read it in a magazine.
And it's going to be on television too.
Oh, when's that?
Saturday. Not tomorrow, the week after. 9 o'clock, BBC One.
Great. We can watch it together.
Part 2. Chloe tells Tessa about someone she has been sending emails to.
Anyway, why were you calling me?
Oh, I just wanted to talk. I got an email from my internet friend yesterday with a picture he drew of himself.
Let's have a look then.
I haven't printed it out yet, but I will tonight. He's called Jake, and he looks really nice. He's 22, and he lives in London. He's got a nice thin face with brown eyes and short black hair. He's wearing a jacket. He looks quite smart.
How did you find this guy?
We met in a chat room. Then we gave each other our email addresses. We send messages every day. We might meet soon.
You should be careful, Chloe. You shouldn't give your address to people you don't know. There are all kinds of crazy people in chat rooms.
But I know Jake. We talk to each other.
You think you know him, but you don't really. It could all be lies, what he tells you. It probably isn't his real name. It probably isn't a picture of him. And why didn't he send a photo?
Of course it's a picture of him. He wouldn't lie to me.
You shouldn't meet him, Chloe. It could be dangerous.
Do you think so?
Of course. You really are an idiot sometimes. Ask your parents and see what they say.
Alright, that's it for today. See you next time.